เมื่อภาวนาที่สำคัญนะอยู่กับพุทโธเมื่อไม่อยู่กับพุทนะมีแต่คำถามอันเดียวตั้งแต่ตื่นขึ้นมาอยู่กับพุทโธไหมเมื่อไม่อยู่กับพุทโธจึงกลับมานะจึงกลับมาพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธตลอดเวลาไม่ว่าทำอะไรตอนเช้าก็เหมือนกันนะเรื่องอาหารการกินนะจากอาหารการกินนะก็เหมือนกันพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธนะนี่มันคุยกันถ้าคุยกันแล้วตอนไปก็คุยกันเหมือนกันนะฉันพนะก็กินพนะก็คุยกันนะเนี่ยยังไม่ได้เห็นหลังจากฉันพนะกินพนะนะมันเวลาภาวนานะมันจากความคิดนะเรื่องคุยกันนะมันอยู่ในใจของเรามันจะกวนเราเมื่อเดินจงกรมนะมันก็เอา20 เมตรหรือ30 เมตรนะแล้วไม่ต้องมองซ้ายไม่ต้องมองขวานะมองประมาณ1 เมตรนะก่อนเท้านะ1 เมตรนะแล้วอยู่กับพุทโธพุทโธพุทโธไม่สนใจเรื่องกายเรื่องอะไรนะเวลาเดินกับนะถามตัวเองนะมันจะอยู่กับพุทโธหรือไม่อยู่กับพุทโธทางนี้ก็จะอยู่กับพุทโธนะตัดสินใจทุกครั้งนะที่เดินกลับนะเข้าใจไหมนี่มันทำให้สมาธิรวดเร็วอันนี้ก็เดินไปเดินมาเริ่มตัวนะนี่มันจะช่วยเยอะนะเดินชันคนจะช่วยเยอะนะทางนี้อันเดียวผมอยากอยู่กับพุทโธนะก็อยู่กับพิจารณาร่างกายก็ได้นะ You understand? No. So what I'm going to do with you, do you have any questions, Okay?
Since I'm practicing here, I've been able to see more the whole...
Speak up a bit.
Since I'm practicing here, I've been able to see kind of the mass of kilesas and like how big of an impact they have on everything, right? Like every decision, every thought, everything I do at least can be influenced by kilesas if there is no sati. So what I'm struggling to find out, or my question is it okay to label pretty much everything as kilesas? Because sometimes I'm not sure if something maybe is Dhamma, or if it's just kind of clever kilesa in a different form.
It really doesn't matter if it is a kilesas or not, if you just label them kilesas, but don't go too far with the labeling. Yeah? I mean, if something bothers you, it is brought up by the kilesas. Yeah, I mean, the Dhamma is never bothered. Yeah, you know. I mean, you will, if you practice correctly, you know, and your practice develops. Then you will see the difference between thoughts, and you will see the difference between thoughts and knowing. Yeah, the Dhamma knows. Yeah. So all the information that we get from the Dhamma or from the heart goes through knowing, yeah, and that is much more subtle than the thoughts that come up. Yeah, if the thought comes up, now I understand, then you know it is the kilesas that have understood it. Yeah, and they just tell you that they have understood it because they want you to stop practicing. Now I got to this stage. Now I got to that stage. Yeah, fine, wonderful. Yeah. I mean, you can congratulate the kilesas. Yes, you got to this stage, you know, but what is the point of it, yeah? Even, you know, it is also a labeling, you know, when you are in samadhi and suddenly the thought arises, oh, this is nice, I don't want to get out. It's coming from the kilesas, yeah? Because this is, when you catch on to this thought, this is the thought that leads you out. มาแล้วมาภาวนาเหรอไหนลูกสองคนเข้าใช้ภาษาอังกฤษนะSo you understand? I mean, don't label so much. Yeah, I mean, whatever comes up in thoughts is coming from the kilesas. Yeah.
So if it's Dhamma, it's
But sometimes these thoughts, I mean, just emphasize, I mean, the knowingness of the citta. Yeah. So the thought is, I want to practice. Yeah, can also come from the kilesas, but can also, can be interpreted coming from the heart. Yeah. But normally you're not wrong, just to label kilesas. Yeah. Especially these feelings, that pop up. Yeah. This fear, this anger that pops up, this always produced by the kilesas. Yeah? But how helpful it is, in the beginning it is helpful, to see the onslaught of the kilesas. Yeah, I mean it is massive. Yeah, I mean it is amazing. How, I mean we never realized it, because we always were under the sway of the kilesas. We never realized how much the onslaught of the kilesas is until we start to practice. Yeah. When you stop practicing, who tells you to stop practicing? Certainly not the Dhamma. Oh, it's too painful. Oh, I practiced long enough. Yeah, I mean, practice was good. Let's get a rest. Yeah, I mean, the Dhamma doesn't tell you that. The Dhamma wants to go on and go on and go on. Yeah. You had a question.
Yes. So it's been happening to me that when we wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and we sit in meditation, it's very hard to get any concentration because you just woke up and then your mind doesn't seem to be active or interested. Could you give any tips? Should we walk up the bell and sit at the cliff?
Yes, I mean, first of all, walking meditation is the thing to do. Yeah, I mean, for me it was no problem. I was waking up, I was sitting, the concentration was perfect because I wasn't sleeping very long. I only slept, maybe 2 or 3 hours, yeah? So, I mean, when you wake up, you're fresh, yeah? But when you sleep too long, you're completely drowsy, yeah? And that's why you have to, yeah? I mean, in the beginning you can throw some cold water into your face, yeah, and then do chongkrom walking. I mean, if that doesn't help, yeah, go up the hill, I mean, go to the bell tower, and then go down, but don't lose your Buddha while you're doing it, yeah. I mean, for most people, it is really the most helpful thing, The moment they wake up, instantly get up. Don't even think about, turning around, yeah. You woke up, that means, you rested, and then you get up, yeah, and then you walk chongkrom, yeah. Yeah. That's because then the longer you sleep, the more drowsy you are, and the more you lose, the more you lose the concentration that you have developed the day before. Yeah?
And if you sleep for 2 or 3 hours,
yeah.
How difficult is it then throughout the day to maintain concentration or meditation? Do you need to take a nap usually, or?
I mean, how old are you?
So
Taking a nap.
It's a Spanish tradition.
I mean, for 60 years, for 60 years old, I mean, I never took a nap in the afternoon, yeah. But sleeping less, yeah. It depends on your concentration, yeah? We Westerners, yeah? We always want to do something, yeah? No, we don't want to do, yeah? I mean, didn't I talk, a few weeks ago about form and content? Yeah? We only know form, yeah? I mean, the formal sitting, the formal walking meditation, or formal standing meditation, and we do it, and then cut down on sleep, cut down on food, these are all, can be all helpful, but that has nothing to do with practice. We need to, the practice is observing the breath, or observing the Buddha, or doing the contemplation, yeah? That is the practice, yeah? I mean, yes, I do ask, how many hours, just to encourage you to do a little bit more, yeah? But a person who concentrates 4 hours, really good, yeah? I mean, this is more worthwhile than, a person, who sits for 12 hours and thinks about this and thinks about that, and once in a while goes back to his Buddha. Yeah? So that once you feel, once you feel you can reduce, then for 3 or 4 or 5 days, it will be very difficult because this tiredness will creep in. Yeah? But then after 4 or 5 days, this tiredness will go away. So I wouldn't even start doing this, sleeping at midday. Yeah?
Yes, Ajahn, my meditation seemed to be going well, but I feel irritable.
You feel a lot?
Irritable.
Yeah?
And not angry, but irritable, not all the way angry, and why this, and it's not something I'm used to doing.
Yeah, it's the same thing, that is also very typical Westerners. We meditate so to have a nice feeling, yeah? I mean, then just take your pill, then you don't need to meditate, yeah? We're meditating, to get at the root cause of all our problems, of all our irritation. Yeah? So once you see it, you should be happy to see it. Yeah? I mean, because it's the kilesas who causes irritation. Yeah? Then ask them, what are you not happy about? Yeah? Don't take it on as me, as mine, as myself. Yeah? Use the principle of anatta. Whatever I see, whatever I experience, whatever I can feel, it's not me, it's not mine, it's not myself. Because the one who knows about this experience is the one that we should concentrate. Yeah? The kilesas don't like to walk, yeah? I mean, from my experience when I was, where was I? I can't remember, was it in Amravati or was it in Chittas, I mean in the winter there's snow, and I was walking Chongkrom, and the kilesas didn't like this walking Chongkrom. I said, okay, yeah, you sit aside, and I do my Chongkrom, yeah, I do my walking meditation, yeah. And then I turned around, and then turned around, and then there's still constantly, constantly, You like to be irritated, huh? Okay, enjoy it, yeah. Do you enjoy it, yeah? And so on, until a time, yeah. Until I got around, I said, huh? You really enjoy this grumbling, and constantly being irritated, huh? And then I had to laugh, and then they went away. Yeah? But I didn't give in. Yeah? So you don't give in to the irritation because it's not you. It's not me. It's not myself. Yeah? So you see it, you realize it, you accept it, and say, yeah, it's okay. Yeah? And if there's more irritation coming, coming up, do you do some... I mean, it's mostly coming from doing body investigation, destroying the illusion about this body. Yeah? And then it's a good sign, and that means, your body investigation bears fruit, yeah? That's why we get so easily irritated, yeah? I mean, if you always follow the kilesas, we don't get irritated, yeah? So that can be a good sign, yeah? But otherwise, they don't want this, they don't want this, they want to sleep, yeah? I mean, they want to sleep until they die, and then the next life, they sleep until they die, having some fun in between. Yeah? And what do the people do? Yeah? They get up, they eat something, they work. แม่เข้าใจไหมภาษาอังกฤษ We get up in the morning, we eat something, then we go to work for 8 hours, yeah? And then we come home, we eat something, yeah? Yeah, and then 2 or 3 hours, we do this or do that, yeah? Online shopping or, or watching movies, yeah? Netflix, yeah? Or watching TikTok, or playing with the line, or playing all these games on the smartphone, yeah? And then we go to sleep, yeah? And the next day the same thing, yeah? And we do that all our life, yeah? But before we are able to do that, we have to train this body for 18 years. Yeah? We have to train to walk it, we have to train to talk it, yeah? We have to train to write and to read and to think, yeah? How long did it take you, yeah? Ask yourself, yeah? 18 years, and then you go to university, another 4 years or 6 years, yeah? And then you start working, yeah? And then you become 45, and suddenly the strength of your body diminishes. Yeah? So the life of a human being in a nutshell is, we train this body for 18 years. We can use it for 30 years with pretty much full strength, and then we start wait, for the decay. We slowly see the decay of the body strength and the body, the body organs, until the death. Yeah. And so what is so beautiful about this body? Because we don't see the big picture, yeah? We don't take a step backwards, yeah? That's why we don't see it, yeah? We only see it in the morning, I have to do this, and maybe next morning, and maybe next month, or maybe next year, but we don't see the whole thing, yeah? And that's why we lose ourselves within the detail, yeah? เอาไปนั่งที่นู่นนะเนี่ยคนไหนใครก็มาเป็นเพื่อนจิ๋วเหรอเนี่ยอ้วนเคยมานะแต่คนที่สองก็ไม่รู้จักฮะรู้จักอ๋อนิ่งเหรอยิ่งกว่านิ่งว่าทำไมได้ We don't see the big picture, yeah, of our life. Otherwise, when you see the big picture, what, yeah? And through how much trouble do we go, yeah? We constantly have to worry about this body, yeah? In the beginning we have to train it, then we have to worry it, we have to feed it, we have to house it, we have to clothe it, yeah? And we have to work for all this, yeah? Huh? You enjoy that, yeah? The only time that we have, when we have a working life, are these 2 or 3 hours, when we come back from work, yeah? And then we think, oh, life is wonderful. Huh? Huh? And then we always say, when I'm retired, when I'm retired, yeah? What are we doing when we are retired, yeah? We are working, yeah? We're working until the last moment, until the last breath, yeah? Look at lots of these retirees, they're working till the last day, breath, yeah? Because they don't know what to do with their life, yeah? There is no meaning, in the Western, before there was Christianity who at least told us, when you're a good person, you might go to heaven. When you're a bad person, you go to hell. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but actually, they never told us about the meaning of the life. Yeah, what is the purpose of a human life? Yeah? The Lord Buddha said it very clearly. What is the purpose of the human life? To get out of the hamster wheel. Yeah, to get out of the cycle of birth and death. That is the purpose of the human life. Because as a human, we can see dukkha and sukha, yeah, pō-pō-kan, about the same. We have some sukha and we have a lot of dukkha. Yeah, people who are completely satisfied with their life, they never go and sit in meditation. Why? Why bother? With this? It's so painful. Yeah. They are happy with their life, and they don't bother, to be interested in anything else, yeah, than eating and sleeping and having fun, yeah, as long as they can it, yeah. And if they are too poor, if they don't know where they get the next mouthful of food from, they don't even have the time, to think about the purpose of life, yeah. But we, a lot of us, yeah, who are born in the West or who are born in Thailand, yeah, who have time to think about these things because we have enough food, we have most of the things that we need for life, yeah. then we can start to think about what is the purpose of our life. Yeah? I mean, when I remember correctly, it hit me when I was probably 12 or 13 years old, yeah? Just before, I was Protestant, before the confirmation, yeah? I was thinking, what is the purpose of the world? What am I doing in this world, yeah? Why am I here, yeah? But then you get so easily pulled in, yeah? Then everybody around you does the same thing, and then you start to drop this thought, yeah? It's the same thing, a few days ago I was talking with one of the monks. I studied in the United States, yeah? When you study in the United States, you have a much clearer picture about your own country, yeah? Than before. And then I went back to my own country and said, are these people crazy? What are they doing? Huh? Why are they behaving in a way like this, yeah? But then, it's still kept in the heart. But I got so much, after a few years, I got so much accustomed to the same customs again, that you didn't think about it. But the moment you come back, it hits you. Yeah? It's the same thing. It hits you when you go and live in another country, not when you go on holidays. Yeah? Then it never hits you. But if you go and live and work in another country, then it hits you, They do things differently because all the people in all the different countries do things differently. So your values are shaking up, yeah. Some people are so shocked, they sit down and cry, and just take the next plane home. Yeah. Yeah, it does happen. I've seen it. Yeah, they just sit there and cry, because they can't deal with this. Yeah, but most of us, who lived in a foreign country, for a few years, they learn it and they go through a certain shock. It's called culture shock. Yeah, because you cannot relate to the people in the same way as you have been relating to, in your own home country. Yeah, because you have been brought up with these values. And the same thing, this kind of life, when you look at it, what is the purpose of this life, yeah? So, if it hits you, and sometimes sometimes in our life, there was a very clear moment when I said, what are you doing? But, 2 minutes later, boops, you just went into this flow, it's a big drag, just like, let's say cold lava, drags you along, it's so sticky, or mud, yeah, this, it drags you on, and it is very difficult to crawl out, yeah, and because all around, you don't see this, you don't see another way of life, yeah. And that is where Buddhism comes in, and that's why the Thai people are so lucky, yeah? Because they see every morning, in the morning they see the monks go on Bindabat, and they go back to the monastery and they visit them in the monastery, and they see, there are actually people, who live a different kind of life. But where do you see that in Spain? Where do you see it in France or Germany? You don't see monks, going on Bindabat, yeah? You don't see ascetics, yeah? Because it's, most of the time, because it's too cold, people live in their houses completely, completely covered, by their own sorrows and their own hopes, and don't realize what is going on outside, yeah? Yes, in Spain or in south of France, it's a little bit different. The people live more on the street, so they see more what is going on. But we don't have this monk. Yeah? When you look at the Lord Buddha himself, he had to see these four signs. Yeah, one of the signs was death, one of the signs was illness, one of the signs was old age, and the other sign was a recluse. So if we see these three signs, but in the West, we have covered them up, yeah? Dead people, they go in we put them away, yeah? We don't even look at their faces, we put them in, what is it called, sarcophagus? We put them in the casket, and then we bury them, just throw some earth on it, yeah? Or nowadays we burn them, yeah? We don't want to go to a hospital. We don't want to see really sick people, yeah? And the hospitals are full of sick people. We always feel very uncomfortable in a hospital when we go and visit, yeah? Huh? I mean, there's so much suffering, so much dukkha, yeah? Yeah, in the hospitals, yeah? Lots of people who stay in the hospital and die in the hospital, yeah? If we don't want to see these realities, yeah, that the Lord Buddha saw very clearly, yeah? And old age, where do we put these old age people? Yeah? Not like in Thailand where they live within their families, yeah? We put them in old age homes, yeah? And how often do we visit them? Once a year or twice a year, yeah? Yeah, good, and then we forget about old age and we forget about sickness. So we forget about all these signs, yeah? And that's why we don't have any incentive, yeah? Especially when we don't see recluse, monks living in a different way, yeah? We don't see them, we don't have any incentive, to look otherwise. Yeah? And Buddhism, I mean the living tradition of Buddhism, I'm not talking about the books that are in the West, ample, yeah? But the living tradition of Buddhism that is in Southeast Asia and mostly here in Thailand, yeah? I mean, there we see it, and people, people get their comfort from, yeah? It's just like it used to be, with the church when people had problems, they were running to the priest, or, yeah? And then asking for help, yeah? But nowadays nobody believes in God anymore. They have only one God. Yeah? It's called money, money, money. Huh? The more money I have, the more God I have, yeah? And the more power I have, yeah? And if I have lots of money, I'm nearly as almighty as God. I can do whatever I please to do. And that's why this world is in a mess, that it is. Yeah? So what was what was the question? I lost the question. Yeah, but it was probably answered all. So any more questions? Huh? Yeah. Sit comfortable. Yeah. So when you come, both of you, when you come practice, he's already working, huh?
No, still studying.
You're still studying?
Yes,
When is it finished?
probably this year.
Probably. Probably next year. Yeah, when you finish studying, you ordain as a monk, yeah? And he's already finished, huh?
Pardon me, sir.
What?
Pardon me, Ajahn. Pardon me.
Are you finished with your studies?
Yes.
See? Okay, now you can ordain.
Actually, I have a question regarding meditation.
Okay?
So, I've made the commitment to try to meditate before sleep. The least I've ever tried was 15 to 30 minutes. I know it's short, but see, when I have this commitment, I feel ready to try, and when I try it, there's this sort of feeling of trying to perfect it, and when I can't, it's kind of blown me away. So the fact, the attempt to make it perfect, the attempt to concentrate, is the factor that distracts me out of it. Like, is there any way to fix it?
I mean, this problem every Westerner has it. Yeah? We try to control, and that is completely opposite to what we should do. All what you should be interested, is the Buddha there? How is the Buddha? If the Buddha is gone, bring it back. It doesn't. Lukta Mahaprabhu said, sit comfortable. He didn't say sit cross-legged or sit in the full lotus seat, He said, sit comfortable, not too comfortable, but comfortable enough, and then close your eyes, and then concentrate on the Buddha or on the breath, yeah? And be aware of the Buddha, be aware of the breath, yeah? But all our life, we try to control our life, yeah? You try to control your life, yeah? You want to do this, this should be done in this way, that should be done in that way, isn't it? Yeah? Huh? And when we start meditation, of course we try to control meditation the same way, yeah? Because we are so used to it, we are educated to do it this way. Yeah? No, meditation is all about observing what is going on. And that is so difficult. We only want to know. We want to know, how is the Buddha? Is the Buddha fast? Is the Buddha slow? Is the Buddha deep? Is the Buddha shallow? Yeah? And is the Buddha there? If it is not there, bring it back. Buddha, and then it goes, then bring it back, and then bring it back, and then bring it back. There's nothing perfect about it. If you look for perfectness, then look for, am I constantly with the Buddha or not? That is the perfect that you're looking for. Not for sitting, not for concentration. Because the concentration, comes because of your concentrating on the Buddha. I always compare, and I think it is a wonderful comparison, or simile, digging a hole. As long as you dig, the hole will appear in front of you. If you look for the hole that was there yesterday, you will not find it. And if it is too difficult to dig here, and then you go to another place and start to dig there, and then it is difficult to dig there, then you will never get a hole. So you will never be able to enter samadhi, if you constantly looking around for something, The point is digging the hole, is like being with the Buddha, knowing about the Buddha, or knowing about the breath. That is digging the hole. And if you stop doing that, the hole fills up. Okay? Yeah. He has been too much educated in Western schools, yeah? Western universities. Do you understand English? Yeah, if you study medicine, you should understand a bit of English. Why is he wearing his mask? It's getting a habit, just like our life is a habit, yeah? We are habitual animals, yeah? What differentiates us from being animals? Huh? What?
Our intelligence and our consciousness.
Animals can be quite intelligent, huh? Horses are quite intelligent, huh? They always find their way home back. And snakes, cobras are very intelligent beings, yeah? So intelligent is not what makes us human. What makes us human is to be able to reflect about what one is doing, why one is doing, and what the results of our doing are. Self-reflection. Animals don't have that. They don't have the future, they don't have the past, yeah? They only have, their greed and their hatred, yeah? So that's what, yeah? And how often do you use that? How often do you use that? Self-reflectiveness?
I'm not aware of it.
So why do you call yourself a human being? And we call ourselves, the cream, the cream of the cream, of people, yeah? But we are just robots, yeah? We just follow our greed and we just follow our hate, yeah? That doesn't make us humans. Yeah? That doesn't differentiate us from animals. Yeah? The animals also follow their greed and hate, yeah? And they don't reflect about what they did. Yeah? So we really have to get back, to become human again. Yeah? A human being, yeah? it is really worthwhile, to become a human being, yeah? Being able to reflect about what am I doing, why am I doing, and what is the result of my doing, yeah? For every action, for every word, huh? And even for the thoughts that we have, yeah? I mean, the thoughts that come up, and that disturb you, you entertain them, because you don't reflect upon. Why do I have the stupid thoughts? They only irritate me. Yeah? That would be a reflection, that is worthwhile, and that would make you able, to stop them, over time. Yeah? Not immediately, yeah? Why do I put myself, into this, into these terrible feelings, yeah? But you will only understand it, if you use meditation, yeah, or if you use reflection in the evening, yeah. What happened during the day, yeah? With what kind of thought, with what kind of mood, did I get up, yeah? And what did I do then, What kind of thoughts came into my mind? What kind of speech did I use, And then what did I do then, and then, yeah? That is reflection, yeah. And that makes us humans. Yeah? Otherwise we're just robots, intelligent robots, yeah? Huh? That's why they try to replace us with artificial intelligence. That's why they're good at. Because that's what they know, Yeah? But a robot doesn't know how to reflect about its own doing, yeah? It doesn't know what is good and bad, yeah? And most of us humans don't know what is good and bad. We just follow our creators, yeah? We're not much better than them. Yeah? So become human beings, that is worthwhile, and then reflect about the life. Like I said before, take a big step backwards, and look from the beginning, from birth to death, yeah? And then see, what is the human life about, yeah? You're going to start working and then you forget everything, yeah? Because then you work, then you want to have a house, then you want to have a car, and after a while you want to have a nicer car, a bigger car, or you want to have, for your sons, you want to have another wife because the first wife was not good enough. For the women it's the same thing, they get fed up with the man that they have, then they look for another man, especially in the West, huh? No? When I look, I have 4 sisters. How often did they get divorced? At least twice. Because they couldn't live with the man anymore. Yeah? Mostly it was from their side on. Yeah? My one brother was kicked out by his wife. Yeah? Yeah. So, but it doesn't mean that the men are much better, yeah. Men and women, it is just the outside that is different, and the kind of habits are different. Yeah? And that's the difference between men and women. Yeah? Because heavens, where is there no distinguish between men and women? We are all unisex, yeah. But when we are here in this world as a man or as a woman, we are there because of our habits, because of our karma also, yeah? The karma, that makes us a woman, or the karma that makes us a man, and then we have to live with it, yeah? And a lot of people in Thailand cannot live with it, yeah? So that they are going to change the sex, yeah? But now in the West, the same thing, happens as well. Yeah? Well, anyway, if you can't accept the karma that you have, then you're in big trouble. Yeah? Because the next life, the same thing happens. Yeah? And it will happen until you accept it. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. But people don't understand it. They think they can change, yeah? They can make it a perfect meditation, yes? What is perfect, the perfect in meditation is only, am I with my Buddha or not with my Buddha? Do I know about the Buddha or do I not know about the Buddha? That is, where we perfect the Buddha, yeah? Or perfect the breath, yeah? Not sitting, I need to sit straight. No, need to sit like this. No, I need to close, my eyes are closed too much, and so on. That is nothing. That is just, that is the problem, in the West about, the form is the contents. They mix up, the two things, the form and the contents. If somebody is very, very nice, gives you the hand, then we think, he's a nice person, But that is just the form, I mean, in the next moment he can stab you in the back, So the form and the content are different. So we practice the content, and that gives the form. Automatically, every content that we practice, will have its own form. And people are able to see that. Understood? So, any more questions?
Ajahn, when we do the reflection that you were saying, in the evening or even when during the day, why am I doing this? Why do I have this thought? Is this a mind process, or should we look towards the heart?
We should not look towards the mind, because the mind judges instantly. We just look, just like you look at your Buddha, or look at the breath, how is the breath, and you just look what happened. You do not judge. Because the moment you judge, you're off in thoughts, And then you say, it's not good. But who says that? It's the kilesas, The heart doesn't know it is not good. The heart has to understand, So about reflection, I always said, pull it off, Show the heart, what it is doing, the heart will know it, You don't have to tell the heart, If it is painful or not, So you only ask the questions, What came before? What came after? What did I do after? And then look, look at the results of your doing, look at the results of your thoughts, look at the results of your actions, or of your words, And then see, and then tell the heart, you see. And what does the heart say in the beginning? I don't want to see it. That's the reaction of the heart. I don't want to see it, Because the heart is still controlled by the kilesas, and they don't want to see what they're doing, they just want to play. They're just like little kids, they just want to play, they don't want to be responsible for what they're doing. So we really have to show the heart, what we are doing. And any kind of judgment, it goes in the wrong way. So you just want to see what happened before. If you didn't understand, if you don't know, then just skip it, Over time, if you do that daily, over time it will become very detailed. In the beginning, you have to skip a few times because you don't remember. So just take the next occasion that you remember, and then go on. Don't think about the moment you start going into thinking. It's not any more reflection. You just use the thoughts, to direct it. What happened after? Just like we do in investigation, What happens, what happens when death, you take the whole body, and it looks, What happens, when the body dies, And then you look, you observe, and you observe until you see everything happening in front of you, You don't assume what is happening, Of course, we think we know, But that is not investigation. Investigation is putting the question up and observing what is happening. How often have we died? We know every aspect of death. We have died so many times, as a human being. So we know everything. We know every aspect, every little detail of death. We just need to bring up this deep memory that is not not available to us. We need to bring it up through these, making direct questions, until it can come up. It's the same thing with body investigation, looking at the organs or looking at the skin, until we start to see it, and then just directing with, with the right questions at it to get an understanding. That's the end of the questions, huh? ไหนจะมาภาวนาแล้วจะจำศีลเหรอฮะวันนี้ยังไม่มาแล้วพวกนี้มาตายไปแล้วมันจะมาไม่ได้นะ ฮะใช้ชีวิตเป็นประโยชน์นะภาวนาทุกวันนะบางทีก็สวดมนต์ก็มันทำใจสงบนะสวดมนต์ก่อนแล้วเลยภาวนาทีหลังนะมันเที่ยวนี้ไม่มีงานทำนะลูกสาวก็ดูแลได้นะลูกสาวก็ลูกชายก็ดูแลแม่ได้นะแม่ดูแลเรากี่ปีนะ18 ปีนี่ส่วนมากก็เห็นแต่แม่ดูแลลูกหลานนะเพราะว่าพ่อกับแม่ก็ไม่มีเวลาก็หาได้เงินนะบอกลูกสาวก็ดูแลลูกตัวเองนะแม่ดูแลลูกตัวเองเหมือนกันนะก็แม่เห็นเราส่วนมากก็นี่เป็นอย่างนั้นคนแก่นะมันดูแลลูกนะเรียนลูกนะพอกี่ปีนะ18 ปีนะดูแลลูกนะเดี๋ยวนี้เป็นแม่แล้วนะแม่ดูแลลูกนะลูก3 คนนะผู้ชาย3 คนนะเดี๋ยวนี้ต้องดูแลแม่นะและแม่ไม่ต้องทำอะไรแม่ได้นั่งภาวนาและสวดมนต์ภาวนาและกินและคุยกันนิดหน่อยใช้ชีวิตเป็นประโยชน์นะและคนที่อยู่ที่วัดนะที่จำศีลที่วัดนะใช้เวลาก่อนนะไม่ใช่1 ชั่วโมง 2 ชั่วโมงอ้วนนะอย่างน้อยต้อง6 ชั่วโมงเห็นไหมหลวงพ่อลดลงแล้วนะมันยังไม่ถึงนะยังถึงไม่พอนะเม็ดอยู่นะช่วงแรกก็บอกว่า10 ชั่วโมงนะเพราะว่าเมื่อไปสำนักสอนสมาธินะก็10 ชั่วโมงธรรมดาเดินจงกรมนั่งสมาธิเดินจงกรมนั่งสมาธินะอยู่ที่วัดเหมือนกันนะแล้วช่วงแรกก็นะแล้วสุดท้ายก็8 ชั่วโมงนะเดี๋ยวนี้ลดลง6 ชั่วโมงแล้วโอ้ยเมื่อไปทำงานเม็ดอยู่นิ่งก็ไปทำงานก็กี่ชั่วโมง8 ชั่วโมงอย่างน้อย8 ชั่วโมงใช่ไหมเมื่ออยู่ที่วัดอย่างน้อย8 ชั่วโมงนะเดินจงกรมมันอยู่กับพุทโธตั้งแต่เดินขึ้นมาความคิดที่แรกนะที่เดินขึ้นมานะเป็นพุทโธหลังจากนี้ไม่ได้พุทโธถึงเวลาที่นอนนะพุทโธนะแต่เนี่ยมันทำอาหารการกินทำคุยกันนะกินนี่กินโน่นคุยกันเรื่องนี่คุยกันเรื่องโน่นนะเนี่ยมันแบบนี้ก็ทำใจไม่สงบนะใจไม่เคยสงบเท่าไหร่โอเคแค่นี้ก็พอแล้วอันนี้มีคำถามไหมไม่มีจะมีความถามได้ยังไงเมื่อไม่ภาวนาคนที่ภาวนาจริงนะมันจะเจอปัญหานะเวลาเจอปัญหาก็มีคำถามนะคนที่ไม่เคยภาวนาก็ไม่รู้จะทำอะไรโอเคแค่นี้ก็เลิกกันแล้วนะลูกสุดท้องเนี่ยจะมาวันไหนภาวนาบอกว่า2 อาทิตย์นะวันไหนก็ชอบ
ครับผม
สอบเสร็จหรือยัง
สอบเสร็จเรียบร้อยแล้วครับ
โอเคพรุ่งนี้ก็มาได้นะเอาไม่ต้องเสียเวลาเนี่ย